Hey everybody, and thank you for stopping by the channel. Several months ago, I had a company called FRTLZR reach out to me and ask me if I'd be interested in trying one of their fret polishing kits. They sent me this, and I'm just now getting a chance to use it. I've had it for several months. It basically consists of this hard plastic block right here. There's a honeycomb structure in the back. It's got a radius cut down that front edge right there. I'm going to use this right here to polish the frets on this neck. My name's Todd. Welcome to Sweet Tea Guitars. I've leveled the frets on this neck already. Let's get started on this and I'll talk about it while we work. Alright, so how this thing works is you take a sheet of sandpaper, which comes with this kit. It comes with a nice thick rubber band, and you just fix the sandpaper to this block with that rubber band. So you don't have to go overboard. This is 400 grit sandpaper. For a new guitar builder, a tech in the field that needs to throw a quick polish on a guitar neck, or for someone like me that builds guitars one at a time, this thing is such a revolutionary tool to be so simple. These guys have done a great job. Let's continue on, get this neck polished up, get all these frets polished up to 8,000 grit. All this sandpaper and all this micro mesh stuff comes in the kit when you order it from FRTLZR. If you get the tool lean too far one way or another, you can feel it start to grab on your fret ends. And that tells you that you need to level back out. I'm using this thing in this 400 grit paper to take all the sandpaper marks out of my frets from where I leveled these frets. But after this will all become about the polish that we're trying to leave on this thing. And I'm rocking it back and forth to get my sides and make sure I don't leave any imperfections on my fret surface. Inexpensive, they're made in Germany. I saw a couple of guys using these on video earlier, and I was so happy when they actually reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in trying a kit. I am constantly searching for a new tool or a new method. And when you feel like your sandpaper's getting worn out, all you have to do is move it over just a little. All right. So there's our 400 grit done. I'm going to go down through here with 800 grit, do the exact same thing. Then I'll move to 1500, still around the block. They include in the kit micro mesh from 1500 all the way up through 8000. I'm going to change over to the soft block at that point, and we'll get these frets polished up to a gleaming mirror shine. Another thing I have to say that's such a benefit to using this thing is when you're down in this area and you're on a set neck guitar, I always worry that I'm going to slip with the file and scar up my finish. But this thing takes that worry out of it. It really does. And it's doing a phenomenal job at rounding the tops of my frets back over, so I'm really happy with this. So you're really solving a problem of rounding the fret tops and polishing the frets at the same time. So it pretty much removes a couple of steps out of the process. And I find that extremely useful, you know, doing a fret level crown and polish. There's an art to fret crowning, and I've gotten pretty good with the crowning file. And I'm not going to say that I'll completely abandon that method, but I will absolutely be using this system when it comes to polishing. No Dremel involved, it's quiet. You can really get hyper focused on the result you're going after. And I find that so relaxing and fulfilling at the same time. I really enjoy this. And there we go. There's the 800, and they're already looking really nice. I could probably play this guitar right now. So another thing included in this kit is this right here. This is a fret kisser. And let's see if we can get the camera to focus on that. You can see that indentation. You may have seen the StewMac version of this where there's diamond coated surface in those indentions. And the most negative thing that I've heard about those things is they wear out after 3 or 4 fret jobs, especially on stainless steel frets. This thing solves that problem by allowing you to use changeable sandpaper on this. You can level 1 fret at a time with this if you've got a high spot and you don't want to go back and re-level the entire fretboard again. You can take this thing and only work on that 1 fret. That makes the job so much quicker and so much more accurate. This is killer. Alright, so I've got this thing polished up to 1500 grit with standard sandpaper. What I'm going to do now is wrap some of this 1500 grit micro mesh around this soft block. I'm going to drag this thing over the surface of my frets back and forth with this micro mesh. I'm only going to do this with this 1500 grit. Everything else I'll be going the other direction. Then I'm going to take this 1500 grit micro mesh and I'm just going to use my finger and get those horizontal scratch marks off of this. I'm not bearing down really hard. I'm just letting the sandpaper do the work and letting the pad of my finger wrap around that fret. Alright, those look really good. So that's it with the 1500. We're going to move up to 2400 grit micro mesh and do the same thing. We'll move to 4000 grit micro mesh at this point. 7000. Lovely. There's 7000. I'm going to flip the guitar around this time so I can make absolutely certain that I'm getting the treble side just as good as I'm getting the bass. And it looks like I am, but I'm just doing this as a precaution. Now I've got 8000 grit micro mesh right here. We're going to start on this end. And there we go, you guys. Beautiful shiny frets. No polishing compound, no Dremel tool. Excellent. So you guys head over to FRTLZR.com. I'll post a link in the description below so you can get your hands on this thing. If all you want to do is a quick fret polish on your guitar, a level crown and polish on a new guitar, or like I've said before, a tech in the field that needs to polish up a set of frets really quickly, this is an absolutely revolutionary tool, you guys. And I will be using this as a permanent addition to my fret kit from now on. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much once again for stopping by the channel. And as always, peace and love.